Today, we're going to go over the exact system I'm using to grow a $50,000 per month business, working only 2 hours a day as a one-man person business. I don't have any VAs. I don't work with any team members. I don't have any editors yet. Right now, it's just me, and most of the profit goes to myself. Now, you're probably asking, how are you able to grow a $50,000 per month business working only 2 hours, especially by yourself? There has to be a lot of things you need to do. One answer, or one word answer, leverage. I figured out a way to implement leverage in my business where I'm able to get 8 hours of work done in 2, and that allows me to grow my business to that level without working as many hours per day. So when I sit on my desk, I sit for 2 hours, and that is able to grow my business and more. So I'm gonna go over the exact system with you guys. I even pulled out the iPad. So let's get into this. All right, so there are 4 fundamentals to the 2-hour man system that allows me to get 8 hours of work done in 2. The 4 fundamentals are energy, clarity, focus, and leverage. When you implement these 4 fundamentals, that's when you're able to actually unlock productivity. It's not the productivity hacks, it's following these fundamentals allows you to get more work done in less time and work smarter and not harder, which is what allows you to earn more money working less hours per day and live a life of freedom. Now, the first place we want to start is energy, because everything requires energy. The things you need to get done, the projects you need to complete, the goals you want to achieve, that requires energy. If you don't have energy, nothing works, which is why the first place we start is energy. When you have good energy or high quality of energy, that's when you're able to actually make things work. Now, once you have the energy, then you need to figure out where are you going to funnel that energy into. Okay, that's where you need to figure out the clarity. You need to figure out what are the things you need to work on every single day. What is your mission, vision, and principles? What is the ideal future you want to have? And then from that ideal future you want to have, you want to reverse engineer that or backwards into daily actions you need to take every single day. And that gives you the clarity on what to lock in today and not be overwhelmed of all the things you need to get done. Everything's aligned to what you need to get done today. That is clarity. When you have clarity on what to do, it makes it easier to take action and focus, which is the next step of the thing, which is focus. If you can't focus, then nothing's going to work, nothing's going to happen. So what is focus? Focus is locking onto one thing and getting rid of distractions. When you do that, you focus. And because you put all your energy into that one thing, the highest impact thing, then you're able to get leverage, which is one-to-N output. Your 1 hour of work generates N amount of output. So it's 5, 10, 20x more output than what other people do. Some other person might work 1 hour and they get one single output out of it, while your 1 hour of work is worth way more, which is why there's leverage. So there's forms of leverage that we could incorporate that allows you to make your 1 hour worth a lot more. That is what leverage is, which we can get into later in this video. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the first step is energy, because if you don't have good energy or the quality and quantity of energy is low, then you're not going to be able to get any work done. So which is why step number 1 is we focus on energy, and the framework that we use for that is the pyramid of performance, which we start with the basic fundamentals, which is sleep. Sleep is number 1 in the pyramid of performance. Now, the cool thing about the pyramid of performance is that everything relies on the thing below it. So the foundation is sleep. Once we get sleep check, then we fix our physical health. When we fix our physical health, we make sure we get sunlight, we get exercise, we get good quality food. That gives us the input to focus on our business. That improves the quality of our thoughts, improves our neurotransmitter releases in our brain, and improves our quality of our work. So good physical health leads to better mental health. And because you have better mental health, you're able to sit on your desk, lock in, and get work done. And that in turn improves your quality of your deep work. And because you improve the quality of your deep work, you're able to move your business further. You're able to increase the quality of your product, your service, your marketing, your sales. Everything improves because you're able to put higher quality deep work. And that all starts by improving your quality of energy and making sure you get these things right. And because the quality of deep work improved, you make more money at the end of the day. That is why energy is number 1. Energy is number 1. You don't have energy, nothing matters. And where most people start, people always think about the money first. Like if you look online or on YouTube, everyone's going to say, here's a strategy that made me this amount of money. Here's a strategy. But no one ever talks about this. This is easiest way to scale your business, because we as 2-hour men, we believe that we are the asset. We, the founder, are the asset. If we improve the quality of our energy, then we're able to put in better quality in our business, and that in turn is the best return on investment. Because if you are better at what you do, you're guaranteed to make more money. So this is the guarantee investment. One of the highest leverage things you could do is improve your energy, step number 1. Now, once we fix our energy, what do we do next? Because you could have the energy, you could have the best energy in the world, but because you don't know what to focus on, you're not gonna accomplish anything. Which is why step number 2 is we focus on clarity. So next is clarity. And the framework we use for clarity is we figure out what's your mission, vision, and guiding principles. What type of future do you want? What's your future? Right? You want to figure out what type of person do you want to become? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? What type of business do you want to run? These are questions that you need to ask. If you don't know these questions, then how are you going to know where you're spending your energy is the right thing? Okay, so first we want to figure out your mission, vision, and guiding principles. What are the things that drives you? What's the image of your desirable future? And then from that future, we want to figure out, what does that future look like? What are the characteristics there are? So characteristics. What are the characteristics of that future? What does it look like? Then you want to describe it into goals. So let's say the future you want to make, let's say you want to travel the world and you want to have an online profitable business. Let's say that is an example. Characteristics would look like, how would that look like in the business? So let's say $50,000 per month. That's the aim you're going for. That's my aim, $50,000 a month. Or if your aim is $100,000 a month, whatever your goal is, you want to write that down. What are the numbers you want to hit? Like if you would turn your future characteristics, what are the characteristics? What are the goals that person has or achieved? Then once you have that, you want to break that down into quantitative measures, which is key targets that are completely under your control. So quantitative measures. Okay, so these are numbers. So if you want to hit $50,000 a month, as an example, a key target would be grow your email list to 10,000 subscribers, or post 100 YouTube videos, or whatever it is that you could measure, that you could know that if you're doing this, it's going to move you closer to your goal. Then it's projects. What is a roadmap? What is your action plan? What are the things you need to do? The series of projects you need to do to complete to get to your key target. And then once you achieve this key target, will that achieve your goal, your aim? So all of these things are connected. And then once you figure out the projects, then you want to break those projects down into daily actions. What are the actions you need to do today? Now, this is very important because we want to make sure the action you're taking today is going to lead to what you want in the future. And that's what gives you clarity. That's what gives you clarity. It's this whole system, starting from your mission, vision, breaking down to goals, key targets, projects, and then daily action. That's how you figure out clarity. Then once you figure out clarity, that's when you unlock focus. Because when you know exactly what you need to do every single day to achieve your future state or your desirable future, then that gives you the power to say no to what you don't want or what is not going to lead you to your goals. That is what focus is all about. So that looks like this. So we fix the quality of your energy. Let's say we fix the quality of your energy. We figured out what you need to focus on every day. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like this if you do it right. Now, what most people do is, because they don't have clarity and because they don't focus, what happens is a lot of their energy is going to random stuff that's not going to progress their future. So maybe it's going to Netflix, maybe it's going to responding to messages, going to all of these random things. And because all of their time is going to random things rather than concentrated on what's going to move their business forward, it takes them 8 hours of work done to complete the work to grow their business. While if you have the clarity and you have the energy to really dive in and 100% concentrate and focus, you're able to get all the, probably what that person gets done in 8 hours, done in 2. So this is why when it comes to focus, let's put this focus here. Focus is simply removing distractions. Moving distractions. Focus is just not doing dumb shit and making sure you put all of your energy into what's going to progress your business. When you do that, that's when you progress your business faster and it takes you less time. This is why focus is very important, which is step number 3. Okay, so now we went over energy, clarity, and focus. Now, what happens when you do these 3 things right? Now, when you do these 3 things right, when someone's working 8 hours a day, let's say it looks like the spring, like so. Okay, so let's say, I really like this analogy, by the way, because the spring kind of resembles how concentrated their focus is. When you have a spring that's extended, it represents an inefficient workday with a lot of gaps in between. Imagine the coils of the spring. Let's say the coils of the spring here is the quality work, right? Make this smaller so you guys can see this. So imagine the coils of the spring is the quality work, right? That's the work that's going to move your business. It's high quality. Now, what most people do is their high quality work is interspersed with really like distractions, hopping from task to task. So they have all these gaps in between. This could be because they have low energy, they don't know what to focus on, they open up social media, so they're not that effective with their time. So there's a lot of these guys online who say they work 10, 12 hours a day, but if you look at their days, most of their days is like shallow work. So the red part, the gaps, could represent shallow work as well. So these are the things that just keep the business in maintenance mode. It doesn't really move it forward. So imagine the coils is work that moves the business forward. Let's say it's creating content or money generating activities, creating content, making sure you improve your product and service. These are money generating activities that are very high leverage or high impact. Let's say this is high impact. High impact. And then red is low impact. Low impact. Now, what most people do is people that claim to work 10 to 12 hours a day, not all their day is high impact. Majority of their day is low impact interspersed with high impact. Our goal here is to squish everything, take all of the times you're doing high impact work and just compress that into 1 2-hour deep work session. And what happens is when you do this, what happens is you can remove all the low impact work and get all the high impact work done in 2 hours. And this gives you freedom because you're able to focus better in this 2-hour session on what's going to move the business forward. Then you unlock all this free time here. Let me shade this in for you guys. You unlock all this free time here that you could now spend doing whatever you want, or if you want, you can use that to grow your business further. And that would look like so. Because you removed all the low impact, and this comes with, again, figuring out your clarity, what you need to do to grow your business, what is high impact, what is low impact. That starts from here, answering these questions. And then you improve your energy so you're able to get actually focused and get the work done. Then you get that. Then you're able to get 2 hours of work, 8 hours worth of work done of high impact, low impact interspersed into a 2-hour deep work session, get that all done. And then that gives you the power, because you unlocked all this time, that gives you the power to do, even if you decide to, it gives you the option to either take it off, like stop there confidently because you worked on what's high impact, doesn't grow your business, or you could use that free time and put in 2 more deep work sessions, which is what I do sometimes during build seasons. During the seasons I'm building, I sometimes do a 2-hour session, then I do another 2-hour session and do another 2-hour session. That allows me to get 3 days worth of work done in 1 day. So it's flexible. This is the power of using the 2-hour system, is because when you fix your energy, you know what you need to focus on and you know how to focus. This gives you the power to have freedom, work 2 hours and then stop, or work 2 hours and then do more work after, because your Your 2-hour session is equivalent to your previous 8-hour workday, which is very powerful. Okay, so next, we went over the first 3 parts: energy, clarity, focus. The final part is leverage. How do you make this 2-hour deep work session actually make more money? Because I know you're probably asking, how do you actually make more money in 2 hours? That is impossible. Well, that goes into the last part, which is leverage, which I'm going to go over with you guys, which is called the 2-hour funnel. Let's put leverage over here. So I run a leveraged funnel, and I call it the 2-hour funnel because it takes me 2 hours a day to acquire clients and to service clients. So this is leverage. Okay, so how it works is, the 2-hour funnel is pretty straightforward. How it works is, so in the acquisition side, there are 4 elements to it. Excuse me. There's the 30-minute content plan, which is my content plan I use to post content onto multiple platforms with only 30 minutes a day. Then I have the 30-minute email, which is the core fundamental of my content strategy. So I have my email, and then from my email, I use that email and redistribute that content onto social media. So in combination of these two, this takes me 60 minutes or 1 hour. So I start off with the email, and then from the email, I use that as my content plan. So the reason why this is super high leverage is because previously I used to spend 8, possibly 6 hours a day just creating content, because I would follow these big gurus who would post on multi-platforms. It would look like this. So if you follow any big guru, they would always say post more, do more, but then like they actually have team members that work for them. They have editors, they have content directors. They have an editor for every single platform. They have one for LinkedIn, X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Like if you want to work 2 hours a day, you do not have the time to create content for all platforms, which looks like this. So like short form video, it might take you like 3 hours. Let's say 3 hours. YouTube is going to take you forever. It's probably going to take you like 10 plus hours a week, possibly. Long form content, if you're going to write content, probably take you 4 hours a week. And then email content would take you 3 hours. And by the way, this is if you treat each content platform or each content type as separately, which is what I used to do, which is very highly inefficient, and it's going to take you extensive hours a day to do a content strategy like this, which is what I don't recommend. What I do as a 2-hour man is I pick a core platform and I create content for 30 minutes on that platform. So for me, it's email. So this is email. And then from my email, I use that and I redistribute that to multiple platforms. And that is the leverage way of creating content and marketing. You start off with email or a core platform that you work on, and then you redistribute it onto multiple platforms and you extend your reach. It's like radar, like this is the center point. This is the asset that you're creating. And then from this core asset, you're extending the power of that to multiple platforms. This takes you 30 minutes. This is what it takes us 30 minutes because we have systems that allows us to create content for 30 minutes and then use that content to redistribute that onto multiple platforms. And that allows us to get leads into our funnel. Okay, so once I get people, so I write the email, post that onto social media, and then on social media I drive everyone to my email list. So it's a flywheel that works together. Okay, and then next step is once we get people to the email list in the funnel, which on the acquisition side, is we want to convert email subscribers or people that don't know much about us into customers. So the process works like so. So prospect, someone doesn't know anything about us, sees our content, they're aware of their problems, they want to solve it, they join the email list, they become an email subscriber. And because I'm sending emails every day, it takes me only 30 minutes. That nurtures them and tells them about my offers or my one-time offers, which is the stuff that I'm going to be selling, which could be workshops, bundles, templates, swipe files, just a taste of my system. So they can get a taste of my system. Okay, so they become an email subscriber. My next goal is to turn them into a customer and send insights and showing them how using this system will help them solve their problem and achieve dream outcome. And hopefully they become a customer, and then they become a customer, they get a taste of what it's like to be a part of the 2-hour system or to use a part of the 2-hour system. And then the next step is to upsell them into a community member. And I'm going to do that without sales calls, and we use the 0-hour doc. Now, a lot of people in the industry will say, ram sales calls, post more content. Like, this is why for us, or for me, it takes 2 hours of work a day to get clients and service clients, because I focus on leverage. So I create email, which is highly leveraged, and then I use that as the content plan itself, and then I sell one-time offers to my system. So it's very leveraged. People get a taste of what it is to work with me, and then I sell them without sales calls. I sell them using a doc. While most people will say, you need to post more content, you need to get more on sales calls. That's the best way to extend your workday to 8 hours plus. Kind of like the spring earlier. You're not focusing on what's high impact. You're not extending your leverage and being smart about it. So that's the acquisition side. Now you're probably asking, how do you sell using a doc and without sales calls? Well, there are 3 elements to it to sell without sales calls. Number 1 is I make it easy to get started. Easy to get started. So I give my stuff at the most affordable rate I could do, or the cheapest it's ever going to be, so people see the value first and then they can get started. I also make it very clear in the offer doc on how it would look like to work with me, so people can envision how it's like to work with me. And then third thing is easy to clear offer. Let's put that's number 2. Whoops. Easy to get started, and then clear offer. And then finally, I tell people that I'm not always open, I close doors. So there's scarcity and urgency. So I tell people I'm only taking three people, and I'm closing doors on this date. You either take action now or you miss out. Now, this isn't fake scarcity or fake urgency, because it's real. If you watch my video on my channel, it's called My Plan to Earn $50,000 a Month, working 2 hours a day. I mentioned there on the amount of people I want to work with, which is 83 people. So there's a real scarcity, real urgency to it. So there's a reason why people should join and take action now. So if it's easy, if it shows that it's easy to get started, it's affordable, it's a clear offer, they can see clearly what's it like to work with me, and there's a why now reason, scarcity and urgency, they're more likely to join without sales calls. And then from then on, after that, it's just upselling them and giving them more access to me. As a normal community member, they get access to workshops, community, and so on. And then active community members get access to more things. And then anyone that wants more help, more access, they could pay more money. And that allows me to funnel them up. So it would look like this. So let's say I'm just taking the other side of this, and I'm showing you how it would look like. So first thing would be community. Let's put this. Community, and then it would be access, and then more help, more access, more help, and then I sell more access, more help, till the top to get the most access. So then it makes it easier for people to get started. They get started with the community, they get a taste of how it's like, it's easy, it's affordable, they get access to the system, then they realize they want more help, they can pay more to get more access, they want even more help, more access, more help, more help, more help, more access, more stuff. So that's how the system works. Now the cool thing about the 2-hour funnel is that it's leveraged and it's focused on recurring revenue. Previously, I used to focus on closing 1 deals. This is the previous model, like high ticket sales, close deal. But then I much prefer this approach, because MRR is way nicer than just closing one-time deals once in a while, because MRR is pretty much, you don't need to work hard again. You don't need to work again for it. You work hard for it once and it continues to pay you. As long as you keep on serving your community members, you continuously get paid and people are satisfied, you basically get paid each month. You get a guaranteed salary. When you just work with one-time deals, you get paid really nicely now, but then you have to work hard again to get another client, which is very stressful, and that's probably going to get you working multiple hours a day, which is what's against our principles as 2-hour men. Our goal is to grow our business working 2 hours a day, and the 2-hour funnel allows us to do that. Cool. So with that allows us 2-hour men to work 2 hours with 100% focus and get all the things done to grow our business, and then take the rest of the day off. Or if we want to, we could work more hours optionally. That gives the option to work more hours. While most hustlers, they follow to the traditional way. They might focus for a little bit for 2 hours, and then they force themselves to focus, and they just get diminishing returns with their time because they're not smart with it. So as their focus degrades, they force themselves to continue working out because it's harder to concentrate. They get more distracted, and then they feel this overwhelm where they have so much work to get done because they're inefficient with their time and they're taking an inefficient approach. So this is why the 2-hour man system, we really focus on the core fundamentals of productivity, which is energy, clarity, focus, leverage. Those are the fundamentals. While most people will just talk about business models, they'll talk about these things separately. We talk about them together because that's where they connect to each other. When you have good energy and you know where to put it on, you know what to focus, you know what to eliminate in distractions, you implement leverage, you implement the funnel, you know exactly how that's going to make you more money. And because you're leveraged with your time, that gets you more time and energy. And that gives you more time and energy to invest more into your business. That is the goal of the 2-hour man system, is to give you the freedom to have a life of space, or if you want to take things to the next level, you find that space to grow your business. So that's the 2-hour man system. If you want help with setting all this systems up, I have a community called the 2-Hour Club. You can go ahead and DM me on Telegram in the description below. DM me 2-Hour Club and I'll send you all the details to that. Or if you want, you can join my email list where I send daily insights on how other 2-hour men are getting 8 hours of work done in 2 and grow their business by 40%. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with someone you might think they would find valuable. See you.